An average of 20 typhoons hit the Philippines every year. But none of them are as devastating as Typhoon Haiyan. Low-level winds pick up heat and moisture from the warm tropical waters and rise to form a column of warm, moist air above the waves, properly known as a tropical depression. As the depression intensifies, stronger winds are drawn to it, creating a tropical cyclone, or in other words, a typhoon. On November 2nd, a tropical depression is detected in Micronesia. For 2 days, the depression grows and is dubbed a tropical storm on November 4th, having been given the name Haiyan, or Yolanda in the Philippines. On November 6th, the storm hits Palau and parts of Micronesia. By now, Haiyan has become a Category 5 storm with wind speeds above 157 miles per hour. The next day, the typhoon enters the Philippine area. Alerts, preparations, and evacuations intensify throughout the land. On November 8th at 4:40 a.m., Haiyan hits eastern Samar at peak capacity, continuing on to cause major destruction to the Visayas, the Philippines' central island group. On November 9th, the storm moves out into the South China Sea. It slowly diminishes as it crosses the water, hitting northeast Vietnam at much calmer speeds on November 10th, after which it disintegrates into bands of rain over Guangxi, China. Of all the areas that were affected, the Philippines suffered the most loss. Over 6,000 people in the Philippines died from the effects of the typhoon, and over 27,000 were injured.
We experienced strong winds and unbearable, heavy and stable rain, making our houses and our residence was out, and also we feel devastated about it.
Floods from the heavy rain grew as deep as 30 feet in some places, destroying government shelters in lower areas. Many people drowned in the waters. A total of 3.9 million people were also forced from their homes.
Our house was destroyed caused by Typhoon Yolanda.
Electrical grids were completely demolished. Because of this, airports could not reopen after the storm passed, disabling aid groups from arriving by plane. With people seeking shelter on the streets, no access to aid groups, and disease-carrying palm fronds heavily layering the ground, sickness spread rapidly through the Philippine community. The Philippines' economy was also largely affected. The nation thrived in large part on its fisheries and coconut farms. Due to Haiyan's 195-mile-per-hour winds, more than 30,000 boats and 33 million coconut trees were destroyed, leaving fishermen and coconut farmers without revenue. For over 1 million farmers living in the area, this brings them back to square one. It will take 6 years for newly planted trees to grow back. With all these adverse effects devastating the nation, it may be hard to imagine that any good could come out of the situation. But in fact, the locals used this experience to prepare for the next. The government started building shelters on higher grounds where the floods can't reach. This gave the residents the chance to take refuge in more stable sanctuaries that would not be shattered by the waters. They also allowed international public health groups to issue tetanus vaccines throughout the nation, helping to minimize the spread of disease. Social media and training programs were also an important way to teach the public what to do in the case of a typhoon.
During the Duterte administration, the government strictly imposed preventive measures to help the people be more prepared for any disastrous event. So they help us through the social media, barangay seminars and training.
Though the devastation from the typhoon was horrendous, the storm helped to prepare the citizens for the next typhoon, greatly reducing the loss suffered from subsequent storms like Typhoon Mangkhut in 2018. Like the Philippines, nations around the world can learn from the typhoon and more effectively keep people safe as we live our daily lives, contributing to the well-being of the common man. Haiyan was in this way both a curse and a blessing to all people around the globe.